Well, it's been a few days since you've got a video from me, and the reason that you haven't is because right there in front of me. My dad was hauling in the other day. It would have been Thursday, hauling in grain, and you can tell this is the leg elevator, and this is a drying bin, and this is just a storage bin. And while he was dumping in here, he thought he'd run up there to grease the stirrer. And he climbed that ladder, and he got to the top, and he was, my dad is 73 years old, and he's 74, and he probably works as hard as most 18-year-old kids. There's just no stopping him. And so, you know, his grip's not as good as it used to be, but he climbed up there, and he's kind of doing the old bunny hop, one finger on the grease gun, or, you know, one finger on the rungs. He's got the grease gun in his hands. He went for that platform right there. And he slipped and fell off, and that's about 18 feet, 15 to 18 feet straight down on the ground where my headlights are shining. And he ended up walking to the house, and he called me. I was in the middle of a terrace channel, kind of a difficult area to get to, and he goes, "Well, I did something dumb." He says, "I slipped off the drying bin out there." And I said, "Well, you alright?" You know, I'm used to him just dusting himself off and getting back with it. And he goes, "Oh boy, I gotta get off the phone." I said, "You mean call you an ambulance?" He goes, "I don't know." He said, "You might." So I called Callie real quick, and I said, "Get out there and check on him." I said, "I'm in the middle of a terrace channel. It's a long terrace channel, like a mile, half, 3/4 of a mile out, weaving its way out through the field." I said, "Callie, get out there and check on him." Callie came down, she checked on him, she immediately called him an ambulance. Now, the fact that, you know, I was in the middle of this terrace channel, I said, well, if it's nothing that out of the ordinary, I don't want to cut crossways across the hill or whatever to get out of here. If it's something serious, I will. That's why I had Callie. She was only like a mile away. She was right there within 2 minutes. And I cut across, and I got back up here at the combine. It took me about 12 to 15 more minutes to get up here. The ambulance arrived and took him into the hospital, and he got very lucky. He broke his lower back, broke a bone in several places on, like, his like an L1 vertebrae, and then he broke his I think it's called a radius in your forearm, and a little bone in his wrist. And he just bruised himself up real good beyond that. Now he's very sore. He's in a body brace, and his arm's in a cast. So yeah, he's down and out for harvest, which sucks. But you know, we're fine. I'm the one that does most all the work anyway. Gary's stepped up the plate and doing pretty well. So no complaints on shortage of help, but just not quite ready to have him. You know, I mean, he'd hit that fan pad out there, he'd have been dead. Luckily he hit butt and lower, like, arm and kind of shoulder, which his shoulders aren't great anymore anyway, but he hit that area first, so he got very lucky. So anybody local that watches my channel knows John, you know, give him well wishes. Any of you that are new viewers of the channel that haven't seen him before, he's appeared in a few videos here recently. You know, not main star or anything, but he's appeared in a few. Anyway, I'll get back to the video making. I had made clips that day. Video clips. I was going to piece together a video, but then that happened. I'm up there at the hospital. I stayed combine today. He wanted me to stay combine, so I actually went back and stayed working. We worked till midnight. Then the combine kicked on a diesel particulate fault, which Case has got to come out and work on. And the next day it started raining, so I actually went and saw him that day. And he was in Omaha, Nebraska hospital, trauma ward, and anyway, he'll recover. He's just got some downtime, probably at least 2 months minimum, just to get back. You know, he's got 2 weeks just to get where he can go out and walk around the outside again. He's just in a lot of pain. So anyway, let that be a lesson. Anybody out there climbing around in bins? I did some statistics, like 31 deaths a year. Be careful. I know there was a guy over around Corning, Iowa. Not gonna name names on here, but I know Dad knew him very well. He died. He was 79 years old. He was a go-getter. He died, fell off a grain bin roof. It happens. Be damn careful out there farming. It's just a good reminder. For us personally, I think I'm going to put some safety harness gears on some of those bins, for especially those tall ones like that one storage bin you saw there, in case something does happen or somebody falls. Don't want this to ever happen again. Watch the rest of this video. This is the clips I was going to do the day we were still combining. Saturday afternoon late, we brought him back home. He was about 2.5 days in the hospital, and because there's just not much they're going to do for him. It's either going to have to heal or he will have to go undergo surgery, and they don't like to just throw surgeries out at older people. Anyway, watch the rest of the clips. The regular scheduled videos will be back, and there is a teaser at the end of this. If you're watching my windshield wipers pound raindrops here, we've had 4 inches of rain, and it's raining more tonight. I wouldn't doubt we'll end up with over 7 inches of rain. It's seriously getting old, and I think a lot of YouTubers have been that farm in the Midwest have been experiencing the same damn thing. So anyway, you'll see more videos coming here right away, back to the regular pace, but that's where I've been. So thanks for watching. Well, we're finally back to combining. Yesterday we ran as well, and I was working down here in the hillsides. It was kind of wet down there yesterday. It should be drying up a little more today, but pretty greasy yesterday. We'd only had about 8/10 of an inch of rain, but it soaked in thoroughly, and it was pretty wet. So we moved up here to the ridge, and last night we were running, and I had a return drain elevator, or return or tailings, whatever you want to call it. This monitor here was pegged completely out, and what it was the sensor in the back, and there's a little tiny ball bearing on a little arm that reads the sensor reads the magnetic strip in there. Well, anyway, that little bearing had froze up because this combine got left outside at the dealer lot. Well, yesterday was an interesting day. We went from record, well, I guess it was record tying 90 degrees, which was very warm and balmy, and now today it's about 39 degrees out this morning. So I'd say fall's officially here. But we did duck the rains last night. There were forecasts for 3 inches of rain, but that actually went around as the line formed up just to the east of us, went all across the state. It went from Kansas to, that line of thunderstorms went from Kansas to Wisconsin. So glad we missed that, but we got a lot more rain in forecast. Once you guys ride along with the yield monitor here, a lot of the yields have been between 155 to high end of 202, at least on this particular ridge out here. We've done 75 acres there, you can tell, acres. But I think it's going to average around 170 to 180, which, for considering the rain that we had, not bad. I'm a little disappointed. Probably should have sprayed with some fungicides. That's kind of a catch-22 because it costs you $20-some an acre to do that, especially with a helicopter. And then you go out and you got $20 an acre invested. You got to get that back in yield. Plus, you got an additional trucking cost if you got more yield to handle, and you got more time to haul wagons off. So, you know, you figure $20 an acre is actually more like $28 an acre. So, would it really repaid? I don't know, especially considering the lack of water. Oh, these are good lights in this combine. Damn good lights. Blind him. This is easy ground because right there is the farmstead. We got rain moving in. We're gonna, I think the move said 6/10. We're going to probably get this wagon full. Got that one down there filled up, ready to go. So fill this one up, then probably call it a night. And I think tomorrow we're probably screwed. We're going to have to work on the combine a little bit anyway. I think we're probably screwed because I think we got moisture coming in. Looks like a pretty good cloud bank out there. Well, it's hard to do camera work and operate things all at the same time. Need to get some camera mounts or something. This Parker 725 is actually a pretty good wagon. The old Demco down there, it's a good wagon too. It just doesn't hold enough. About a dump and a half, you know, it's full. Hard to believe these column lines are that big now. There's really two bright lights. That's this one here. That's the distance lighting. They did a nice job this column line. They moved all the air conditioning over here. The original other one was over here. I like how they've illuminated all this. More rain. Getting muddy right in front of the shed. After this goes through, this will be probably over 7 inches of rain, so we had time. And I went ahead and we got the rest of the brushes ordered and put on. There they are, and they're brand new, fresh out of the box. And here they are after a couple hundred acres. And it does say to let them wear in. And I haven't noticed that they're getting any shorter. Maybe a few little tips here or there, but overall they're sweeping back. They're kind of designed for that. But the interlocking pattern is all that matters, and that's as good as it can get. So I'm happy with them, and they seem like they pick up the corn better. So I'm looking forward to those. Having the whole head equipped with them. I will be back to the regular scheduled videos, so stay tuned. Interesting.